friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have don't let your dog out kind of weather today. Oh my goodness. Well, the better it's gonna feel inside. The colder and nastier and gloomier it is outside, the most the more cozy and wonderful is gonna be inside. Kind of operating with a contrast and polarity, right? Even weather wise. But yeah, I made this post today. I posted something in my shorts today, sharing with you that from my observation, men are a lot more driven to make very chivalrous moves, to take action, to help, to support, just naturally driven to do that for their women who exude femininity, who exude beauty. It's just like an invisible force that draws men in. They don't even know what they are doing. I had situations. I have actually a number of situations when men I didn't even know would help me out, risking their life, risking their reputation, and so on and so forth. I'll give you some examples when we have a bit more people. Welcome. Feel free to join the live. So, well, masculine women never. By what do I mean by masculine women? Women who are very dull on the outside, who very grayish, have this kind of angry, man-like energy, and who speak like men. Actually, I've noticed that in United States, so many women speak like men, even on the phone. When you have a call-in show, a lot of ladies speak like, "Hi, how are you?" Like, I don't know what it is, ladies, if you're watching me, even if you're a very pretty woman, make sure that your voice is pleasant, gentle. Voice is something that you can change. My advice to you, just please don't smoke, because if you smoke like a woman, you sound awful. I'm sorry to tell you, but if you smoke as a woman, um you sound very raspy, very masculine, and you already lost. You first of all, you're ruining your house, but yeah, you never you can sound young for so long. Not just sound young, but be young if you don't smoke. So no smoking. But yes, I've noticed that even on the phone, sometimes when I call and I ask for a favor, I would get such a beautiful response from men. I had a situation one time. I needed to travel abroad very, very urgently, and my passport was expiring. I didn't know that I will have that need. So when I applied for the passport, I just ordered a regular service. I didn't know I will need my passport next week. I made a few phone calls. I was given a couple of ways to call, and I was talking to this man on the phone, and he was just so incredible. Yeah, he told me, after he talked to me, um, he said, I'm gonna try to help you. I told him my circumstance, and he said, I have some connections. I know some people who are in a charge of this. I'm going to help you. And yes, I wasn't demanding, I wasn't angry. Um, I wasn't, I just, I, honestly, I wasn't even conscious of exact way I was speaking to him, but I was just asking for help, and he told me something that he told me that he felt compelled to help me. I didn't really think much of it, and I was in complete and utter shock when in about a week from our conversation, I opened my mailbox and I saw my passport. Of course, he may or may, it may or may not have happened. You know, there is many variables, but it was just so, it's just so beautiful to see when these things happen because they are meant to be. They are very natural. And I was making a short today. I'm not sure everyone understood what I meant in my short. Hello, everyone. Welcome, Bob. Welcome, Richard. Welcome, Alman Tadel. Welcome, Richard Ortiz. Thank you. You are so sweet. I appreciate the sentiments and compliments. So yes, welcome. So men in the chat, I actually want to hear from you. Do you agree? Do you feel this way? Not even do you agree. Do you feel that desire when you see a beautiful woman? You may or may not ever see her again, but maybe she's going and trying to, you know, she needs her door to be open, or maybe she needs some kind of help. Do you feel that burning desire to help her just for the sake of it, not because you're gonna get her phone number, not because you know there is something that she will give you or tell you, but because you just want to have the honor and pleasure to making her smile. You know, maybe she's carrying something heavy. Okay, I I love the responses already. You know, maybe she's carrying something heavy, maybe she's lost, you know, maybe she forgot. You know, I had a situation one time. That's why I'm telling you, masculine women don't have the same experience as we do, as feminine ladies. One time I was traveling and my card got blocked, you know, my card, just bank card, because I didn't call my bank and warn them. And so I was trying to pay. I was at the store. I was buying, it was like a grocery store, but I was buying, I needed a couple of makeup items and a few grocery items. And it was kind of like a nice, luxurious type of store. I mean, just a just a beautiful boutique type of store. I was abroad and I'm trying my card and my card is not working. And then also I had some cash, but they were not allowed to take that cash. You need to have a currency exchange. And I'm just standing in line, uh and I'm just standing in line, and the cashier says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but your card is declining." And there was 5 or 6 men behind me, and they started a verbal a verbal fight. Who is going to pay for my bill? It was not a big bill. I'm not gonna say that. Oh, it was not millions or thousands, but it just was a situation. So well, they were they were having an argument which man is going to cover. They're like, I'm gonna cover. No, I got you. You know, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna let them figure it out. Of course, things were solved the next day. I was able to unblock my card. You know, it's sometimes a challenge to call from another country to your bank. So but it was just so beautiful. I was so glad that my card wasn't working, because it was just, I felt, you know, that song, I really felt like a woman. You know, none of this man was trying to do anything or ask me or pay me back. It was not even a conversation. They just want to make sure that I got those things, and I went on my way. My hotel was right there close by and so on. And I had so many situations like this. But I want to ask you, Michael is saying that you would help out a lady, you would like to get to know her and become friends. Well, that is obvious. Sometimes when you see a beautiful woman and you're single and she appears like she could be single as well, you're gonna try to make moves. But I'm asking, how many of you would do something beautiful for a lady, even not thinking that she can give you your phone number? You know, maybe she's married, you don't know, but you know, there is a beautiful lady that is sparkling. You love, she just made your day. How many of you would open the door or help you out to find something or carry something without even hoping that you will get a phone number or something like that? Let's say she not necessarily available. I love that. Alan Watts. Oh my gosh, I love this chat today. Alan Watts is saying, I do beautiful things for my wife every day. That's so beautiful to hear, Alan. I'm sure that your wife is that her eyes are shiny and she looks glorious every single day, because that is your action, what make us what just it's this energy exchange. You see the beauty, you see the love in the woman, and well, um when she sees that you take action for her, when you do things for her, it just changes our chemistry, I'm telling you. It really does. Whether it's somebody, the man you're with, he is motivated, he has goals, and he's a leader. But sometimes it's even small things, small acts of chivalry. But I was in my reel or in my short. I was sharing then that it's hard. I believe that it is hard for a man to feel that chivalry. Do you ever feel chivalrous toward the woman that is grumpy, or toward the woman that just have not a feminine touch to her, that she always, hair in a bun, she's always like in this something gray, she's always angry, she's always telling why she has no money, or why the men are bad. Like, do you ever feel the impulse to just have just I already know the answer, but do you ever have an impulse to come and I don't know, put a blanket over? We have the saying in Ukraine, when somebody puts a blanket over your shoulder, means somebody cares. Or do you ever feel like like opening the door or carry something heavy for a woman that is in a bad mood, who's very masculine, whose her voice is like this, and every day she comes and say that no man left, and and she's not taking advantage of being a woman. Even though with all the trends that going on, when you have that spark about you, you have so many opportunities, because um well, it's not hard to stand out in a modern world if you simply have good attitude, and you simply just letting yourself shine as a woman. So women who are very masculine, who say, I'm not going to do makeup for no man, I'm not going to get dressed for no man. I had women telling me, don't you get tired to like put yourself together every day and walls at makeup? I could never imagine myself doing that. And all I want to say that all I would say, yes, I can tell. I can tell that you would never put effort in yourself. You would never do that. I I think I was making a reel on Instagram and I said, aren't you tired to always be overlooked? Aren't you tired that people avoiding you? Aren't you tired to have to work so many so many jobs and never get ahead? Aren't you tired to never get a compliment? And I'm even talking about an innocent compliment from a man. Aren't you get tired from not being adored? Aren't you getting tired of that? For me, it's a pleasure to it's a pleasure. It's creative. It's a way of self-expression, and it's a creative um uh, it's just so much fun. This is just so much fun. Yes, I'm gonna read your comments, guys. Thank you. I don't really, some of my lives I wanted to be less of a monologue, so let me read your comments. Let's see. Somebody, okay, so I was asking first, I was asking I was asking, do you feel compelled to be of service to a beautiful woman, even if it's just opening the door, helping with a bag? Do you enjoy yourself? And let me read. Moas Almandel says, of course. God Breen says, yes, I'm a gentleman. Michael, yeah, Michael said that he would help, but with some agenda. Chivalry, guys, I'm here to tell you that yes, sometimes we have bad reports, but I actually disagree with my friend in Florida, the one I told you in my other short. I don't think that chivalry is that at all. Yes, there are men obviously who are not stepping up their game, There are women also that do not put enough effort into themselves to be noticed. They don't work on themselves um, internally and externally. But chivalry is definitely not that. Maybe on social media there is a lot of drama, but one day when I have a self-flying camera, or maybe I'll have I need to get for Christmas, and my family will ask me what I want. Maybe I'll ask for glasses that have a recording over here, and I want to show you when I walk somewhere, either by myself or with my lady friends. I want to show you how there are days that, well, honestly, each time that I leave my house, I go places. Um, if I look on the bright side, that I could notice and tell you that there are men who opening doors, there are men who making compliments. I always get samples. Sometimes I get really unusual things. And it's just, I see that as an energy exchange. I don't look at it, oh, this is sexist. Oh, do you like to be objectified? No, has nothing to do with that. Um, but I want to, when I get my Google glasses, I want to record you this. I want to inspire both ladies and men. We actually were meant to have that inspiration. Men were meant to be inspired by women. When I was some years back, I was offered this job. I was still, I think I was finishing my college. I was offered a job in Japan, and my job would be to simply be. They had this kind of like a company that was hiring. They had their requirements. They have interesting requirements like for appearance, but they have several types of ladies they were looking for. And basically the job was consisting of being beautiful and create an atmosphere. You don't need to do anything in computer. They didn't care about Excel. They didn't care about the programming. All they wanted to do is that they want you to sit in the office, and they just wanted your presence where all men are working in an office, because they made a research and it showed that men are a lot more productive and competitive when there is a beautiful woman that not working, just enjoying herself in a working space. At first I thought it was some kind of scam. I thought, well, this couldn't be real. So, but it definitely was. So, that feminine state, that feminine energy is one of the most attractive and precious things. It really it really was not a joke. It is a job position. I don't know if they still do it in Japan, and it doesn't include any weird stuff, any inappropriate stuff, because I had friends who actually done it, and I'm sorry, they got paid really well. One second, guys. I'm sorry. Some of my friends had done it. They went and they got paid really well. All they wanted from them is their presence. To like a subconscious message that the man would activate and perform so much better at work. So the owners of the company would invest in a salary for a beautiful lady. She must be classy, she must be, well, they had their own way how they would select those ladies. But yes, it's a true story. I don't know in English how that would be called, but it's a true story. So it would be hard to have the same effect if they put a regular upset, and not a regular, but like very masculine, very very dull, very plain, very sparkless woman in the office. I mean, that probably would decrease that testosterone for men. And I'm here to say that a woman's energy, her vibrancy, her shine and sparkle is even more important than her exact appearance. She might not be the movie star type, the exact, perfect filtered Instagram type. Nope. Of course, she must have some alluring image. It must be enticing, and the more polar a woman's image is to the man, the more men attracted to that image. So, for example, if we see a guy who is masculine, he has strong jaw, maybe he has very short hair, obviously he doesn't have nails, he doesn't have lipstick, he doesn't have all these accents. Obviously, probably it's a gray color suit or blue color suit or dark blue or black. When a woman is the opposite of this, the more opposite, the more polarity between, the more contrast between man and a woman, the more woman is attracted to a man and man attracted to a woman. As a woman, I can tell you, the more masculine man is, the more desirable he is for most women, right? But there is, I must say, sometimes when I'm doing something and I'm running errands or I'm socializing, and sometimes there is a man who just have a very strong masculine voice, just the way he speaks and commands respect. That alone just takes your breath away for a moment, just because you're alive. Even it just, you can't help but notice. Or if he moves with confidence, when he has a very confident moves, we were meant to be magnetized toward each other through our difference. It's like magnet. So that is what I meant. I was talking about in my reel about the magnetism between the polar opposites, and how men are so much more likely motivated to do beautiful things for a woman when she just has this magnetic field, when she's showing up in her very native natural energy. um it's irresistible. And so when women, it's we're responsible as women to show up feminine, smiley, light, delightful, because it's better for us, it's better for men, it's better for the world. Imagine if tomorrow we would wake up and every woman today in the evening prepared a beautiful dress. She would wake up early, she would do her hair, she would do her makeup, she would put a nice dress on, not a gray hoodie from 10 years ago, not stretched out jeans. And when you do all this, you change, your chemistry changes, you're not the same woman. And of course, you put a smile. That alone would motivate men to work even harder, to do better, to perform better. I think part of our society falling apart because women as a whole are no longer captivating, no longer mysterious and alluring and just beautiful. And men are working halfway. Now we have a situation where you can work remotely, you can be lazy and still make it. Before, you can be working remotely, you can be walking around in your pajamas all day. The intensity of life without technology was so much harder, so men needed to perform more, and they were into their strengths, including mental strengths and physical strengths. So when a man doing something very hard with his arms, I mean with his hands, he that alone gives him a reminder. He doesn't look at a woman the same way, because he understands that he's responsible for this very vital task. And when he see a beautiful woman, wearing her heels, wearing her beautiful dress, he would not have an idea that she could carry half of this load. If he's building a house and she see a beautiful woman, walking by, or maybe it's his wife and he's building a home, he will not have an idea, looking at her dainty self, that here, honey, hold these bricks, or, hold, go and and do the building job with me. He would hire somebody. He would not believe that a woman and him could split anything 50-50, that there is no equality. We are built different. But when men never touch anything heavy, anything hard, when men are kind of uh, half passing through life, kind of like lollygagging, just like doing something, but not really. But here they are. They are really losing that masculine essence, and they want. Well, I'm not gonna try so hard, but if I'm gonna get married, she'll pay half of the bill, so we're gonna make it. So it's gonna be fine. So you kind of losing your drive, your hunger for doing these things, and you forgetting that the woman is a lot more fragile in the most beautiful way. We are a lot more delicate than men are. Each time I see construction workers, roofers, working in a 50, I'm sorry, working in 100-degree weather, even here in the north, in summer it gets pretty hot, I mean, maybe not 100, but definitely in 90s. I'm looking at this and I'm like, I would not last even for 20 minutes, like doing the roof or doing the construction work in the heat when the pavement has steam going from it. I know 100% that I would not last there 20 minutes. And I have so much respect for blue collar men that build the roads, fix the roofs, save children going in the fire. These men they have so much masculinity. I know that those type of men, they never assume that we are built equally. They don't even have ladies at their work. Men who do construction, men who do this operating heavy machinery, they don't have a delusion that, oh yeah, my wife is gonna take over. They already know. They barely have any females. I've never seen a female firefighter, and I don't want to see it. We have the difference. And I just want to say that I endlessly admire men who are doing all this hard labor. They risking their life. So the least as women we can give to heroic men is to be an arm candy. I don't see any objectification in this. I find it as a beautiful divine role of a woman to be this beacon of light, to bring the touch of beauty, to bring these wonderful things. Uh, for the It's a contrast. A man who works, who is a firefighter, or doing some very serious labor, he has appreciation for that, and he doesn't have an illusion again that his counterpart, the lady he's with, his wife, his woman, should be seen with him on a construction site. He understands every day the difference between us. But those men who are completely detached from their masculine core, you're going to see them saying, well, honey, I think we cannot make it on one income nowadays, so I think you need to like help, you need to go get a job. In Eastern European country, a woman would tell you, yeah, it means you need a second job and finally graduate into a man, so you can actually use your potential rather than grow more of your stomach and becoming larger and larger, as if you were about to give birth to a child, even though you're not meant to have a child. You're a man. I think that it's embarrassing to see so many pregnant men that are saying, honey, I need your help. Let me read some of your comments. Oh my gosh, so many comments. Are you serious? Thank you. Thank you, guys. I love the comments. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments from down up. Uh, Good Brain says, I also was emancipated at 15, had two jobs in my own place. Wonderful. So you know how to take care of things. That's, that's hard, but sometimes life happens, right? No, honey, I don't need Botox. I love my face. I love to be able to show emotion. But if I needed Botox, um, I would let you know. Hello, Fresno, California. Hello, Joe. Let me read some beautiful comments. Ah, I hope that by the time I need something, they will create something different than Botox, because there is no way in the world I am injecting that poison into my face. And you know what? When I'm gonna get older and my skin wouldn't be as glowy and beautiful, I'm still going to be a woman. I'm gonna shine within even more. I'm not gonna worry about natural process. Okay, I'm gonna be okay. Women were used to not to have all these tools, and nevertheless there were so many beautiful women in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and even 80s, and even 90s, but they shine in a different way. They didn't worry about the wrinkles. They worried about nurturing, loving, and being deeply loved by their community, by their family. So thank you for thanks for concern. um Thank you, CCGB. Shalom. I did construction 18 years, masonry 12. I'm a mechanic. Good for you. You know, handyman nowadays is a rare commodity. You know, I think my light, we are losing light a little bit, but yes, being a man with hands, but I call it man with hands, it's a rare commodity, you know. Let's see if I'm just looking if I don't know if I brought my light with me, but it's okay. You can still see me. Yes, you know, you cannot use you cannot download that from Google, you know. Ability to use your hands, fix things, build things. It's a beautiful, such a masculine trait. Such a masculine trait. Um, no, I'm not Polish. Hello, lady. Nice to see you again. You make so much sense. I wish you could have a prime TV program in America. There are no non-zero women like you in US. I don't think there is zero women, but thank you so much. Well, you know, we have YouTube as an alternative to we have YouTube actually, right? As an alternative to 1 second, maybe I can do this. Wait. Oh, I like this, I think. We have YouTube as an alternative for TV. So if you really enjoy my channel and you think that there is something useful, may I ask you, Michael G. I'm sorry, I cannot read your name, but may I ask you to share my channel, you know, with a friend, maybe on your social media, if you could post a link. You could do great help. Everyone actually in the chat, I would really appreciate if you can share about the conversation. Maybe you have a friend or two that would like to join. That would be great help, because YouTube has an opportunity now to grow pretty high. I'm not obsessed about this. I really want to show up at 100% with my message, and I'm not in control what's gonna happen, whether or not it's gonna grow larger and larger. I'm more concerned for the quality, but I really appreciate the encouragement. And by the way, everyone who shares my channel, who posts links on their story, maybe on their Facebook, or send like an email to a friend with my video, send me screenshots to my email, and around Christmas time, I'm gonna send you a gift personally. especially if you're in US, but even if you're abroad, maybe it will be a smaller gift, like a lighter weight. But I will choose top three people. Um, top three categories. Number one, person that shares, reshares. Number two, person that comments and comments, you know. And number three, maybe a top super chatter. Yes, I would like to send at least three gifts around Christmas time, like between Christmas and New Year's. So if all you could do is share the link, if you really enjoy it that much, I would love that. Send me the screenshot of it. It could be friends, family, any social media. So that would be great. So we don't need TV. You know, I stopped. I don't know if Michael's still here. I stopped watching TV 17 years ago. I don't have TV. I don't even have TV in my house. Well, hello there, darling. So let me read some more comments. Okay, I'm going up. So yes, guys, you know my not Facebook. You know my email? Yes. If you do some groundwork, let me know. But I really, really appreciate the kind words. David, welcome. Hello, hello. Good to see you, David. Those eyes sell it for a man. The way a woman looks at you is a game changer. Yes, yes, I agree. I cannot blame a man for. I cannot blame men in general that they want to do, they are drawn to do things for women who inspire them. I cannot blame a man. And I was thinking about, you know, what my friends said. Oh, there is no man left. There is no generous man left. There is no conservative. You know, I was thinking about, and I disagree. I know that it could be not your everyday occurrence, but honestly, each time I leave the house, I feel man's protection and generosity in different ways. Internet could be toxic. Yes, a lot of people don't take pride in their action, in their lives, but the contrary is also true. There is a lot of men that were raised right, and they would always do the right thing even if nobody is watching. My life have been saved by men as well. I had a situation one time. I have so many stories, but I had a situation one time when I was hit by a vehicle. The vehicle backed into me. I shared that before on the channel. I was very young, and like I was standing, and it was just crazy. I was standing. I was coming out from the concert, and some guys were in the cars. They want us to ride with them. I didn't want to, and he was backing up, and he accidentally hit me. It was really, really scary. And there was a guy, and they were trying to take off, and there was literally a guy that came out. He sold this. He came out, and he went and fought for me. He got their plate number. He also just stood for me. And yeah, he got into a fight for me, and he got very hurt into a fight. They ended up breaking his nose. But he knew it wasn't right. He knew it could have been his mother. I mean, not mother. I was too young to be a mother, but you know, a woman, right? His sister maybe. And you know, it happened to me so many times. There is something about really, really uh, that masculine and feminine. We always looking out for each other, you know. um One of my, I'm gonna share with you, I'm gonna read some comments. I'm gonna share with you something that happened to me that usually never happens in the airport, with a simple power, you know. It's not even consciously using your power, but being a woman. All right, I will not answer any personal questions. If you were in my house, I wouldn't watch TV either. Oh my gosh. Um, I just want to ask you guys if you consider staying on the topic. I would really appreciate that because if I see that I get tired from these lives, I'm gonna stop doing them. I appreciate when you stay on the topic. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you. Such feminine, beautiful energy is irresistible and inspiring. Absolutely. Raspberry says, absolutely, you should speak at college as you are brilliant. Thank you, Ross. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ross, so much. Everybody who enjoyed my conversation, please consider subscribing to the channel. This way, you will see my uploads that are coming, and this way, hopefully, you will see the lives. Um, push all at the notifications. For I'm for you on top of the world. Okay. Yes. Also consider yes, taxi. I could be a taxi. Yes. Consider joining the channel and being a member because for example yesterday we had a very beautiful live and it was so intimate, it was almost like it was members only. Certain options are not available for the wide public, so if that's something you enjoy, you're welcome. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Nicholas. Power to women. Jordan Harris. Give my big sis. What? Well, I guess power to women. Okay. I work full time, long hours. I cook, I clean, I do my laundry. I don't look for anything from a lady. So, probably what you're looking for is something that you cannot do, and that is her presence, her warmth, her emotions, her love. Australian bodybuilders. Thank you. I was taught to respect women. Thank you. That's just beautiful. A man cannot ever be truly, deeply successful if he doesn't respect women because he came from a woman. Even if you had a hard childhood, even if something happened to your mom, she still carried you under her heart. She still loved you. She still did her best, even if your life was hard. She still, believe me, she still chosen to have you. You know how many women don't. So you cannot be truly fulfilled and happy if you don't have love for women. It's impossible. Same as for women, they would always be wounded if they don't have love for men. True love, respect. Oh, that is so beautiful, Ellen Watts. We've been together since we were 17. We are now both 49. I have been honored, blessed, and humbled by her every single minute of a single day. That is so beautiful, Ellen. Congratulations. Cherish, and I think you are doing the right things. Thank you so much for sharing this. We need that inspiration nowadays. Hi, Johnny. Man needs to stop being so aggressive when encountering a woman. Yes, if you don't enjoy a woman, why would you um why would you go back and forth? Just let her go. It's like we're not equals to be in a fight. You know, when there's boxing, they have lightweight, like medium weight, I don't know, heavyweight, right? A woman is always a lightweight. If she is struggling, don't go back and forth with her. Maybe she actually will learn a lesson from you. If it's a woman who is out of control, who is very aggressive, encountering a man who has class, who has dignity, she will change her mind. Believe me, she will change her attitude. You don't fight with a woman as a man. Never. Excellent take, God Brain. Oh my goodness, God Brain. I think I was reading your your message, and I think, is it you becoming a member? Thank you. Let me see. Let me see. Just was reading your comment. One second. Thank you so much. I believe I'm seeing a new member. Thank you, Godbrain. Welcome to the channel. Great having you. And thank you for such a beautiful take. Yes, people are aggressive. We don't have so much culture inspiration. Everybody is, at each other's throat nowadays, with all the drama. Imagine when you refuse to participate in drama. Imagine when you stand strong and drama stops at you. Sometimes a lady screams because she feels vulnerable and unprotected. Oftentimes, more often than not, a lady screams. She is emotional. She is all over the place because she feels extremely unprotected. She needs reassurance, and when man gives her that reassurance, he's like, "Oh, I don't really have to lose my face to take my point across." So that was a very good take. Thank you, and thanks so much for joining our team, so to speak. Yes, somehow yesterday we had such an. I'm trying some technology for my lives, and so yesterday I tried to add some media to the live stream. We were watching clips, and mostly only members were there, except for 2 or 3 people that are very often they're kind of like members too, because they're almost every live here, and everybody else could not see that live. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Somebody says, "Is this a man?" Yes. I'm originally from Ukraine. Spicy trolls and fun tonight. Yes, I had a breezer yesterday. Ты красивая. Thank you. Somebody says Veronica is our favorite mail order bride. Okay, if that makes you happy, Song Jones. Yes, please, let's not to do all the caps, because it's when you write in all caps, it feels like you're screaming. If you want to make accent for one word, you can. You just can put one word in a big cap. So anyway, guys, today we were discussing, and I want to reassure you that every woman has a different experience with men. Every woman has her lens. A woman that isn't seen by men, especially isn't seen by masculine, chivalrous, just very good natured men, would always be bitter. It's not because she wants to be bitter, but she feels that her reality is only one reality. When my friend was going live, I didn't want to write in a chat that not all, but a lot of my experiences are different. She was saying how men don't give flowers, for example, in America. Yes, it may be not as prevalent, but it depends how inspirational you are as a woman, because when you have certain things about you that men are drawn, they will court you, they will do beautiful things for you, and they will rather enjoy it. I want also men to understand that only the gifts that are given with love, with your desire, are joyful for us. For me, I have no pleasure from a gift if I have to beg for it. It defeats the purpose. It's not even a gift then. And a lady, yes, I understand frustration of women that say, "Oh, there is no good man anymore," or and we talk about emotional intelligence on my channel. We talk about specific examples. I'm working on a communication course where I'm gonna show you, my dear gentlemen here, some maybe things that you don't realize you do in communication with ladies that do not help you with the chances, with the woman that you want. There are obviously whole society dropped standards. We can't deny that here in the West, society dropped standards. In 50s or 60s, imagine if people in 60s and 50s would be able to see, if they would have a time machine and in like 1955, they're like, okay, let's see Los Angeles in 2025, or let's see New York in 2025, let's see the streets, let's see Michigan in 2025, let's see the streets. I sell vintage. I am drawn to retro fashion. I have a glamour store for the ladies. If you're interested, by the way, you can ask me and I will send you the link, but I won't post public link as of now. Anyway, it's mostly furs, accessories, and so on. And I sold a lot of beautiful gloves. I love beautiful vintage gloves. And um and I was learning the history, and I've learned that ladies in 40s and 50s and 60s, they would go to the grocery shop and with hair done, beautiful dress, some nice heels, and even gloves. Okay, I do not expect ladies to wear, gloves. Me personally, I like long gloves. I like a dress and the long gloves, but short gloves are cute as well. I don't expect, ladies necessarily wearing gloves to the. I wouldn't mind it. I would not be mad if I would see. Uh, I would not be mad if I would see beautiful ladies walking around in feminine attire, in 1950s fashion. But couldn't we do better? Couldn't we do better now as ladies? Ladies, I know that you're watching me. I'm having a bit more women now as well. Before we make claims about men, not noticing us or not acting chivalrous, are we showing up every morning when we leave in the house? How do we look? And what attitude we have? I find that my attitude is improving with the way I look. If I spend time to put myself together, to do my stretches, do my beauty routine, do my skin routine in the morning, put a nice bright color on, my attitude is going to be very sweet. I'm going to be naturally shining and smiling. I think that we could do better because we are all interdependent. No matter what they say, we are all interdependent. So I really want the focus to be on this channel of raising the class inside and out. It's not only the way we look, but it's important to present yourself well with the way we speak. Because if the woman is looking gorgeous, but she has no elegance when she speaks, I don't consider that a very beautiful woman. If she's cursing, I don't consider that a beautiful woman. I mean, if her language consists from curse words. Um, I don't think that you need to chase women anyway, Godbrain. When you're doing the right thing, eventually you will see somebody around you that you may consider. I don't think that even men should supposed to chase. I have a video about this. I maybe need to re-record it. It talks about chasing versus pursuing. Pursuing is a little bit different because it's when somebody caught your interest and you do it with your strength and confidence. You don't chase like a dog. But I think for a man, it's so important to build his competence, his professionalism, and just his satisfaction in life overall. Then you have no chance because you would be this way or another. You also will be a magnet for women as well. you know, sometimes we have single periods in life, so that is very, very incredible as well, because you have time to do things that you truly want and not to have to consider another person. I find those are very blessed. Most people don't understand how to use that period, and they just whine the whole time. But if you ever was married before, if you had children before, you know that if you given your own time, there is nothing you cannot create in that time. It's a very blessed time. She doesn't seem masculine to me, very feminine. Thank you. Well, every woman has both. Um, because I somewhat teach or share ideas, I have to be, I mean, I cannot be masculine like a man, but I have to still have some order. But, when I'm out myself and I'm surrounded by men or I'm with a man, you would not think I have, there are times when I feel the most comfortable. People on my channel know this. I call it leave my brain at home. If I'm really enjoying time with somebody, when I don't have to think, when I don't have to plan, when I fully trust the man who is with me, I do leave my brain at home, and it's the most beautiful thing. So you just in the flow, you don't have to take decisions, and you can just really enjoy that masculine presence. So I would say I'm a bit more it's like I have somewhat of or a touch of masculine energy when I teach, because I cannot just be, if I would be fully feminine right now, I would put that seat back, I would lay down, I would look at the stars, but there is certain, but at my essence I am extremely feminine. If you didn't know. Feminine ways, pretty eyes, pretty feet, ladylike women the best. Yes, guys, you know that actually the maintenance, you must also take care of the outside. If you would only know that to be a woman is a 24-hour job. I am not kidding you. You usually see the result, the done nails, the hair, the eyes, the rest, the feet. If you would only know how much, skincare alone. I one time a week I do full skincare routine, and I'm gonna make a funny reel. It's gonna be called "Cost to be a Woman." I'm gonna show you all the things just in a funny way, but you could see how much a woman must pour into herself to be polished. It's a full-time job, I promise you. My grandfather reached me how to treat, oh, taught teached me probably how to treat a woman, and I still live by his teachings today. Old school is the best school. That is so beautiful. Dean, thank you. That is something that we desperately need in our society, is knowledge from previous generations, and going back to class, going back to respect. Thank you for sharing that. I completely agree, and I'm very happy for you that you had such influence. God brings us. I'm not saying I won't accept one. I'm just standards are so high. I think that woman I want doesn't exist. She probably does. Maybe not where you live, maybe not next to you, but she probably does. Russell, welcome. Hello, hello, all my mods and all my members. Thank you so much, guys, for hopping on. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Russell, for what work you do here. Will, hello. Hi, great to see you. It's been a while. Welcome, member in the house, Will. I call you Will. I don't know your real name, but welcome. Women need to be more confident in approaching. You might be given the science, but most of us dudes have no idea what the hell's going on. Well, you know what? That's why you shouldn't be on your phone. When you are, guys, when you're socializing, I'm using the phone right now, but when I'm out with people, that's why I'm telling you I need Google Glasses so I can record very cool situations and comments that people give me, and some things that are unusual, but I am not on my phone. So you would see woman's science that she is interested maybe to talk to you. You cannot be on your phone. Before, people were a lot more keen on seeing the subtle changes, the micro expressions, but when you are distracted you're going to miss it. So the sign of a woman is that when she looks at you and she can't help but smile, or she puts her eyes like this, it means that she is shy. It means that she likes you. Or she just starts laughing for no reason. So it's your job to be more attentive, I would say, because a woman don't feel comfortable to approach, and I find it's very tacky. The only way of approaching is dropping a handkerchief, dropping something, or so it's a sign. But if you're on your phone, you're not gonna see the drop handkerchief. You know what I mean? Are you Latvian? No, I'm not Latvian. I'm sorry for your experience, Godbrain, but she, you know what? She thought you were gay is because she's not in touch with her feminine. Women who are very feminine, they love a man who does things for them. That's what most ladies do when you're on the phone. You really want to brag about your man. You cannot overdo it. With the right woman, she's gonna be overjoyed that you had done things for her. You enjoy doing things for her. Trust me. It's just a lot of women taught here, unfortunately, in the West, that when men goes overboard and does things for you, that he's desperate, or what is that they teach you, that yeah, that he's desperate. I'm like, what? Desperate? If a man comes in a nice suit and he picked up a place and he brings you flowers, you call that desperate? There is no way in the world that a woman who is in touch with her feminine would call it desperate. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, guys, it's raining. I'm stuck. I was thinking to wrap it up, but my umbrella, I'm gonna ruin my hair. So, oh, oh man, I'm yours for longer. It's the same for ladies, guys. I just want you to know. For ladies, it's the same. When you're with the wrong man, and you are trying to just make some nice things for him. You're trying to cater, not trying, you cater to him. You want to, I don't know, make his favorite dishes. You want to do things for him. You really care. A lot of times, men who have that insecurity, that like rejection, a lot of times they leave. They hurt you, they devalue your self-esteem, and they leave. I had a friend, some years ago. She made borscht for her admirer, and he told her to never again cook for him or bring him food. And she just wanted to show him that, she cares about him. She just want to, give him something from her hands. And he just rejected her. And, she made borscht for him and brought it over, and she just wanted to surprise him. And he told her, never again bring me anything. and then he ended up breaking it up. I think it's both. If you had experience with somebody when when you went all out and they did not appreciate you, you know, that's too bad for them. But it doesn't mean that you have done anything wrong. Wait. Yes. Well, honesty is nice. Yes, I know. It has nothing to do with being desperate. I completely disagree. When a woman is taking care of herself and she takes care of your appearance, guys, it really is a lot of effort to every day look good. It's tons of effort. When a woman takes care of herself, it has nothing to do with her being desperate. It has to do with her respecting her own self, adoring your own self as a woman and putting effort in, and also respecting others. Sometimes I have days when I just want to roll out of bed and I have some errands and I see I don't have even time to put myself together, and I have to decide. And I usually tell myself better late than ugly. So I even have the rules in some places where some people that I deal with, they have a rule for me. I am allowed to come late. They will take my packages, or they will give me what I need to get. I have a rule. I remember when I was in high school, I tend to be 10 minutes late for my physics lesson, and my teacher told me that I have a VIP right to come late. He said, just come in and sit down. You have my permission to be late because you are worth your he said your presence is worth the wait. Don't apologize, just come in and sit down. I'm giving you an exquisite right to be late. And it's funny because we are still friends with this teacher. I mean, he's a teacher for me, but we are still in touch. He gave me exquisite right to come when I come. And even here in US, talking about men not being chivalrous, there are plenty of men who are chivalrous. I don't want to say too many details, but I have some errands I need to do sometimes. And I know if I slept in on Saturday or Friday, if I slept in, I just really don't want to roll out my bed and go out. It's a bed lock. So I do the shower, the hair, the makeup, and the door. Even if the establishment is closed, they open the door for me and I can take care of the business and go. I feel it's so disrespectful if I roll out of bed and go out. I feel it's disrespectful to me, but it's also disrespectful to people. I find it extremely disrespectful. I was the other day at the grocery store and I saw a young girl. She's probably in her late teens. Man, I wish I would take a photo. I would change her face, but I wish I would take a photo. It was even the cashier lady. We both looked at each other like, are we really that low? She was wearing like an underwear to the store, and it wasn't a good look. She was looking very, very unkept. Like she's it's nighttime and she's walking from the bedroom to the bathroom. She was that indisposed and looking super messy. So, when we all want something better in our life, we need to be first in accordance. Because what we usually do, we usually point a finger. As women, we say, oh, men are not it. Men lost it. And men are saying, oh, look at these wretched women. If I want to talk about men, I want to make sure that I put myself together first. Women are hard to please. Being nice is a weakness, being hard is overpowering. No, we are not that complicated. You just need to find the one that is for you, that understands you, is on your level. But yes, there is a balance. There is nothing like strength in a man. that comes with being a gentleman and gentle. There is nothing like a man who is strong and confident, but he has a gentle side to him. It's a dangerous cocktail, I would say. And you know, there is no way to do these things vicariously. The only way we can do it is living, is living the life, is meeting the people, is learning, refining ourselves. Thank you, Joy. My name is Veronica. Welcome. Yeah, I want to share a story. I think my phone is coming to its final hour. I have a story I want to share with you about the airplane. You know, a couple years ago, I was flying back from Ukraine to US, and I had a flight change in not Frankenmus, Frankfurt. And unfortunately, I had only 1 hour between the flights, so I was already assuming the worst, that I'm gonna miss my flight. I'm going to miss a flight. There is no way, if you ever flew international, you know, there is no way in 1 hour you can hop on the next plane. Unless you just run and you are first. And I was in the very tail of the plane because I forgot to book my, to book the seats. So I was a very, very, very tail of the plane. And I remember telling this to a steward. You know, there was a flight attendant. It was a guy. He was serving me some tea, and I told him my concern. I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm afraid that I'm going to miss my plane. And there's no way I can make it to my plane." And I forgot how I said that exactly, but it was so interesting, because he said, "Well, you never know from which side the airplane will open." He literally told me that I just don't know from which side we're gonna open the plane, and he gave me that wink. And yes, he opened. I just thought I told him. I did tell him that intentionally. I didn't expect that he would be able to do something about it, and I didn't even know that was an option. But I had a legit reason. I had such a short connection time. And so, long story short, he did open. He did open the plane from the back. And I was there with somebody else. We were standing there and looking at each other. We were first. We were sitting last, but we were first to come out from the plane. And I made it to my connection flight from Frankfurt to Detroit. And it was really funny because we were running. It's not enough time for that airport. So we were running, and we ran into that place. So when we showed up at the entrance to my flight, it was so incredible because people were boarding. So we were just magically, miraculously, we made it. It was just so, and I could tell the flight attendant, he was very charming, and he had pleasure to do that for me. He knew he gonna make a whole day, a whole trip, a great memory. When he said, "Well, you never know from which side the plane will be open." It was such a joyful experience. Thank you, Will. This is not a live stream. This is a live dream. Thank you, Jaishi. You're very sweet. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, CCGB. Hola. Or something. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you for the membership gift. Thank you, darling. I think it's because you've been member for that long. Thank you so much for the highlight. I love, those whoever created the super chats and stickers and these gifts was very, very smart because it does something to you. It does feel like a boost of color. Thank you, CCGB, so much for all you do on the channel, for being a member, and for being an amazing supporter. Oh, you gave a gift? Wait, you gave a gift to Damien? Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate that, darling. Thank you. Damien, welcome. I hope you will enjoy being a member. Maybe it's like for a month. Welcome and thank you, Shari. You're the best. New member in the house. I appreciate you. Wow. I've never had that happen before. I don't think, well, maybe. I don't remember. This is so amazing. Thank you. Appreciate these highlights, guys. Thank you. So, well, if you enjoy the live stream, we're gonna have different formats. I really want to diversify the way we share things, the way we communicate. I want to have different formats, including uploads, including the shorts, including the regular uploads. So if you want to see my face again in conversation, consider subscribing. Otherwise, thank you for participating. I appreciate it. Let's see if there is. No, Frankie, thank you. I'm good. I'm not motivated to pick in anyone's money. What is meant for me will come to me, okay? I know you can be a troll sometimes, but I appreciate you still. Yeah, you also remember what I said in San Francisco. Yes. But you know, even in San Francisco, I had a wonderful friend. I'm going to keep his name private, but he's a wonderful friend. He showed us around and he was a total gentleman. So even in San Francisco, where I felt unsafe, I had a wonderful, absolutely wonderful person show us around, driving us around, because I cannot do these hills, you know, the hills in San Francisco. Plus, I'm afraid of homeless. I really am afraid of homeless. I'm sorry. So I had some wonderful memories from San Francisco, as well as some disappointments, but you know, still the masculine was orchestrated by God. We still got protected and had a great time. And I loved the crabs. Oh my gosh, the seafood was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you guys for protecting me. Uh you know what? CCGB, don't block that guy, because I mean you can hide his messages. He helps my chats. We're gonna use the power of trolls to to get make this channel grow. Yes, they are on drugs. Yes. Okay, we'll see. You can delete the message, so you can delete the messages or hide him temporarily. He already did enough. You know, so yes, thank you everybody who became a member, because with all the trolls and things like this, we will have like we did yesterday, we're going to have these types of chats where they cannot really see us. Man, thank you. Will, yes. Good to see you, Will. How are you? We talked yesterday, we had a Charlie Kirk, we talked about Charlie Kirk, but we mostly just watched some clips yesterday. Yeah, wow, look at that inappropriate stuff. The rain is slowing down. Wait, maybe not. I really, really do not want to ruin my hair. Guys, I need to switch off my camera for a second. Oh my goodness. What the hell in the world? What is going on? My goodness. I don't know what it is. So yes, thank you for everybody who became a member, because we can definitely avoid this with member only commenting and member only area. Yesterday we were enjoying the, just I was trying some technology. I'm learning for you. So as our membership grows and channel grows in general, we can have more very specific lives when we're gonna go over things, when we're gonna go over different media and clips and things like that. Oh yeah, you know what? Thank you. I'm gonna do that. You're right. Okay. I think I did that. Yes. Yes. I just didn't put the timeout. I did the. Yeah, I will report them next time. Okay. Yeah. Wow. That was crazy. We have different experience every time. Anyways, my beautiful friends, I don't know, I might be able to pop on later. Maybe we will read, or maybe maybe on another day. I don't know. I have something else going on tonight. Will depend on my energy levels. But I want to thank you for joining the chat today. It's dinner time for me. Thank you so so very much for being here. I love the new members. CCGB, thank you so much for gifting a membership. That is so sweet of you. And thank you to new members and those of you guys who have been in the club. Yes, we're gonna have a space where nobody can mess with us. So most beautiful ladies, I know the ladies are watching. We're going to have most beautiful ladies on my chat and most masculine men. We're gonna bring class to society, having discussions, having interesting conversations, and some of the lives, as I said, we're gonna use media, we're gonna use some photos and clips and discuss them. So it won't be redundant, it won't be only me talking. And I have an amazing news. When I do the StreamYard, I made a permanent link where you can come and say hello and be a and you can be a part of conversation. You can join me. So if any of you guys oh god, here he comes again. If any of you guys are willing, or you have a desire, you would like to join a discussion live, using your camera, using your face, using your voice. If you want to participate, sometimes a live video with me having a conversation, you're welcome. Ivan, hello Ivan, welcome. Yeah, I don't know who these people are. Thank you, David. Thank you. I don't know if I'm nice. I'm a very blunt person. I want to believe that I'm good natured, but I find nice very often it means somebody who is inauthentic. I'm sorry, guys. I need to switch off my camera. I'm a bit under the weather. All right. So anyway, guys, all the best. Have a beautiful night. I will see you soon. So I want to remind you that I would like to give a few giveaways. You have to earn because most of my listeners are men. So if you consider, if you enjoy the conversation, share with a friend, share a link on your social media. Um, Send me some screenshot that you've been sharing my channel. It can be a particular video or channel in general. Write some comments. So I'm gonna have three gifts. The top commenter, top sharer, and top super chatter. I would like to send you a physical gift, something from me around Christmas time for your support and for your love for the channel. Thank you, Godwin. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. What the hell is going on? All right, guys, it's time to go. How do I sign up for conversation coming up? Send me an email because I also need to make sure that we're on the same page. You're not a bot. So yes, everyone who would like to join the conversation, yes, you can see my email. Somebody is just men never ask for gifts, Ivan. Men never ask for gifts, okay? Oh, hint. Even a lady shouldn't be asking for a gift. Gift is just given just because. Yeah, I think so. I think you're absolutely right, Damien. All right, that's why we're gonna cut it. Cut it. It's time to go anyway. Thank you so much. I just enjoyed it so very much. Thank you, and I will see you very soon. We're going to have a wonderful time, as always. Enjoy your night, everyone, and till the next time. Signing off.